Hey, it's Adam here from ENTA Asks, and we are super excited. Today we have Saawan Logan on the show, and she is the co-founder of North Water, which is a local water company that is bottling Alberta spring water in reusable aluminum cans. So you're gonna want to check this out. Hey, it's Adam and Kate here, and this is another episode of ENTA Asks. And today we are super excited to be on site at North Water with our friend and founder of North Water, Saawan Logan.
Thanks so much for having us here. Love your one-liner, guilt-free hydration. Fully aluminum bottles, guys, fully reusable, fully recyclable. In fact, one of the recycling products that actually pays for most of recycling. So really cool initiative you guys have here. We've talked about so many awesome things in the last episodes. We've talked about the water monsters, like the false beliefs around water. That was our last episode, go check it out. We've talked about entrepreneurship, golden handcuffs to aluminum shackles and all that fun stuff. So you have to check those episodes out. Today, what we want to talk about is success together. And you guys didn't know each other a year ago, is that right? It was about a year ago?
A little over a year ago.
Yeah, I think so.
So tell us how this happened.
LinkedIn. We connected on LinkedIn and we started talking, and then Saawan said, hey, you know what? I'll bring you a bottle of water.
Because why not?
I thought, well, that's amazing. She's like, yeah, send me your address. I'm bringing you some water. And I was like, okay, here you go. And, I was kind of half expecting if it would happen or not. And sure enough, a week later, ding dong, someone's at my door and here's someone with a bunch of water.
That was the best thing I did because I met Caitlin.
There we go, right? Yeah.
No, I met both of you, and I'm like so excited we did that. Yeah. I'm excited I got to at least bring our product out to you. But yeah, it was awesome. And immediately Adam did a LinkedIn shout out, which is perfect. Yeah. So thank you.
Well, and this is the funny thing, is like he comes back into his office, he's like, you will never believe what just happened. and like told me about it. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool.
He's like, there's this crazy lady. Showed up to my house.
I actually showed up to my house with water. Like just she said she was gonna do it and she did it. And funny enough, that's rare.
Yeah, man, like who does what they say they're gonna do?
No, very few people know.
Who gives their address to random people who didn't claim?
That's true, yeah, apparently. So yeah, anyone wants to know where I live.
Especially when you live on an acreage somewhere so far and remote. Just saying.
Well, that was the other part. I was like, I live kind of far, just so you know. But
well, you didn't come all the way to Black Diamond to give me water. No, I'm kidding.
No, I didn't know you then, but I would have.
So when Adam says, a couple weeks later, he's like, oh, you're gonna meet Saawan, and that's like, oh yeah, he's like the girl who brought me water. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then the second I met you, I was like, oh yeah, I love this. I was all for it. And so I was talking you up, and then I was telling Stephen Clark about
that's
you.
Right.
He's got that great company, Received Through Giving.
Love it.
I connected you guys, and I don't know what you guys talked about, but like a week later, and did we talk okay, we don't need to devolve all that. But a week later, he sent me a case of your water.
Yeah, I totally did.
What? And I was like floored, and then he got me hooked.
Yeah.
He got me absolutely hooked on it. And so I want to say thanks to Stephen Clark for that, because now I'm hooked on the North Water. And it's just funny how we connect, right? Like these little outreaches and LinkedIn networking that has become so prominent in our lives. But what it's led to is just this amazing support network.
Absolutely. And I think as a startup or as an entrepreneur who's just actually starting up anything for the first time, it's so important to have that community, that network. And I find myself being caught in that too, where I have people who call me every now and then just to vent out, just to pick up the phone and be like, hey, I want to know you. I want to get to know you. What are your challenges? It just, every time I have that, it's a reminder of how lonely the journey is. And success doesn't come on its own. Success doesn't come because you're sitting there by yourself doing something. Success comes because you share your story with somebody else, you share your water with somebody else, you share,
It's the little things.
It's those little things that make it all happen.
Yeah.
Those baby steps, those tiny little, coincidences, the happy coincidences that actually bring us all together. And it's beyond just people that we meet as other entrepreneurs or other people on their journey. It's also businesses that support us as well, right? It's
So who are your favorite clients? Give us just a couple of them. I know they're all your favorite clients.
they are. I was like, that's a little unfair.
They're all your favorite, but
Yeah.
tell us of some recent ones that you
Yeah.
really appreciate.
So for us, our favorite customers are the small businesses that are doing something different. So we are in a number of coffee shops, Phil and Sebastian, DeVille's, Analog. There's a new vegan restaurant, a coffee shop that has just opened up in Inglewood, Canal. There's Halo Churros that has opened up not that long ago. These guys, our Distilled Beauty Bar, I love all of them, our Daily Bread, because they all started with the idea of doing something different. They all wanted to not be a Tim Hortons or a Starbucks. They wanted to put a better coffee out there that was, unique, that made people realize what coffee should taste like. Or somebody opened a restaurant or a cafe that was like, you know what, I'm going to serve the vegan market because why not? Like, we should move away from animal products and move into plant-based products, and I'm going to provide that. It doesn't have to taste bad because it's vegan or vegetarian. I'm going to put the best thing out there. Or, if you have our Daily Bread, same thing, great food, amazing atmosphere. DeVille's, the same thing. So the part that makes me excited about working with all of these people is that they're all trying to be a change, just same as we were, right?
Yeah.
There's none of these guys have come up with an idea that never existed. They're innovative. It's not an innovation though, to come up with a coffee shop. It's always been there. But it's the idea of bringing the change of what people are used to getting something that makes your life better. And so how could you not be excited to be a part of that community?
Yeah.
And that's what excites me. I don't think I'd be that person who'd get very excited if Tim Hortons came to me tomorrow and said, I'd love to carry you across Canada.
I mean, you wouldn't say no.
I would never say no.
No.
I would never say
All right,
no.
Tim Hortons, she wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
But it is exciting to see the community connection, right, of other growing and scaling up entrepreneurs and businesses who want to see that change.
Absolutely.
Right?
One of my customers is called Lil E Cafe.
Mm-hmm.
Lil E is a coffee shop in a building downtown. It used to be called the Sun Life Building. Now it's Ampersand or something, I think it's called. And they started because Paul, the guy who owns Lil E, Paul Constance, his daughter has Down syndrome. So he wanted, as a parent who's got a child with any kind of a disability, you always worry about your kid and the future he or she is going to have. Mm-hmm. So he wanted to create that change where he starts this coffee shop that employs all these kids with developmental issues or Down syndrome or some kind of challenge, and he employs them, he gives them meaning in life. And that to me was such a moving thing to do, to give an opportunity to someone out there who actually doesn't deserve your pity, but deserves that opportunity. Yeah. Because they deserve meaning in life, and you've just given them meaning in their lives by providing them the financial freedom. They make money now. They serve people and they're treated with respect. They are like anybody else, and why not, right? So it's people like that when you get to meet, even if I didn't have North Water, just knowing these people would have been such an honor. But to actually be part of something they do, I'm so exciid. It's cool. So great.
And it's called Lily?
Little E. Yeah, Little E.
Little E. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
But Lil. Yeah.
Okay, Lily.
We'll
have to put a banner or in the post, we'll put a connection. We can put the link down there.
Yes, please. Yes, do so.
I want to check that out.
Yeah.
I go down there often, so I want to see.
Totally have to. Yeah. So it's we have many people who are in that space. Yeah. Not exactly that space, but who are just making a change. And I've always believed that you have to be the change you want to see. Mm-hmm. And you can't, and to me, in the earlier episodes, we talked about why North Water started. The idea of standing and watching things just disappear on you, and, the worst taking the turn and not doing anything about it is not the step forward, because it's not fair for the generation after me to never be able to enjoy the reefs in Fiji because it's all depleted, because of plastics have choked it up. These are living organisms, right, that have been, like reefs alive. They're alive. I don't think people know that. They think of maybe reefs just being something underneath the water. No, they're living, breathing organisms. And when they die, they die. If they can't breathe, they will die. And they provide habitat for fishes and all kinds of marine life. But they also prevent things like tsunamis from happening. Because they create barriers, they break the waves, and so they provide breakers, so it's not all just gushing onto the shore if there's a disaster. So how do you watch all of these things happen and not want to be the change? So I admire anybody who's out there wanting to be the change, whether it's providing good food or just providing opportunity to some child somewhere. Like, I love it. So yeah, so many. I can list more and more of these.
I love how, you talk about this series of genuine connections, right? And something, as innocuous and everyday as a bottle of water becomes a symbol of something far greater, right? Something that you want to be a part of, right? That's something you'd be honored to be a part of, which, that's pretty, well, it's amazing.
Water is life.
Water is life. There you go.
There's no life without water.
Okay, I got some hard questions for you here.
Yes.
So Adam and I, for the people who have taken our course, they know this. We do it called the Dream 100 exercise, who we borrowed from Russell Brunson, okay, the Dream 100. And this is something that is like your clients, if you could work with anybody in the world, like what is the dream client, the one that if they said, North Water's what I drink,
there'd be a party here.
There'd be a party. So like, who would that be?
It would be a business actually. And for me, it would be WestJet.
WestJet?
Yes, many reasons. So the bottle itself, the inspiration of the bottle comes from the lakes of Alberta. And the idea was, for me, like when I look at Lake Louise and Moraine Lake, it was the blue is my lake and the white is the glacier that follows. And I look at WestJet, which is our, a blue airline in a blue and white sky, like blue sky with white clouds. And I look at them Calgary-based, somebody that's doing amazing things out there. Love their CEO, Ed Sims, who's now leaving. But such a great guy, such a great company, and local. And it's to me, it's more Canadian than Air Canada ever will be. So I would love the opportunity to be like, yeah, we are the water provider because we're both Albertans. We're all blue in color. It's like the perfect color. We didn't think about WestJet when we were doing this. But this idea again of bringing change to the world and to Canadians, and WestJet brought change to Canadians. It gave us an alternative.
Right.
It gave us a better service actually to fly. Like the people were always fun and the staff was always great.
Yeah.
So why not? Like I would love to work with them.
Okay, that's one. Can you give us two more?
Two more that I would want to work with. I think outside of Canada, I'd love to work with. There's a number of movers and shakers in the States that I actually look up to. Yeah. Someone like a Tim Ferriss, I'd love to work. If he ever drank my water, just a bottle of water, I'd be the proudest human being. I love that man so much. He's changed my life. He's changed my life in terms of just the reading I've been exposed to, just the thought process I've been exposed to. So I think it would be so awesome to be like, yeah, you know what? The man who has changed my life and how I look at things is drinking my water.
So Tim Ferriss, so have you sent him a case yet?
I haven't sent Tim Ferriss a case yet. I should do that. I totally should do that.
We're going to follow up to make sure you do.
Okay, sounds good. You know what? I sent a case to Ryan Reynolds. He never responded to me.
Ryan Reynolds.
You know what I did? Exactly, I know. So I sent him a birthday message last year that said, from the best thing that came out of Canada. So happy birthday from the best thing that came out of Canada to the second best thing that came out of Canada.
Okay, you know what? TikTok all the time. We'll get him on TikTok.
Sounds good.
There you go.
Okay, so we've got Ryan Reynolds. Come on, we've got Tim Ferriss. We've got WestJet. Is there one more?
No, that's about it. Really. Yeah, those are my top three people.
That's
I'd
a
love
great
to
list.
have.
That's a great start to your Dream 100. Now you still have 97 more to go.
I still have 97. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm okay with 3.
Yeah. Okay. I like
Once
that.
we get the 3, we can go down the other 3.
Yeah.
Baby steps. Remember small changes.
Oh, I love it. All right, so if you're WestJet, if you're Ryan Reynolds, or if you're
Team Ferriss.
You are going to have to contact Saawan at drinknorthwater.com. You can order your case. For the rest of us, you can also do that. But I know I'm bought in. And I mean, meeting you has been just an absolute honor.
Thank you. Same.
And thank you. And an entrepreneur going through the same journey and struggles and trials and tribulations, you know, just speaking to you has been wonderful. So I want to say a really big thank you. It has been a pleasure knowing you and connecting with you, even as the entrepreneurial level and supporting one another. I mean, every time I talk to you, I leave here and I'm just so like jazzed up about what even we're doing, you know? And so
thank you.
Really appreciate you in our network and having us here.
Same. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity, but I also appreciate the two of you. You've been great supporters. I love the two of you. I love your energy. I love how freely you give with no expectation of anything to come back. So thank you. Like, to build an ecosystem with no expectation of, it's amazing. So you two are both like great champions of small people like us. The budding entrepreneurs like us. So thank you.
We will succeed together.
Yes, that's right. You make the world a better place. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Too. Guys, you got to get a case of this North Water, and we'll see you next time.